A chill wind sweeps across the once open border, but it's not just the Arctic air. It's the icy front of a diplomatic freeze, a sudden and severe rift that has emerged between Canada and the United States, leaving the world in shock and the Arctic Circle a new hotspot of geopolitical tension. This diplomatic freeze has taken many by surprise. For years, the relationship between these two North American neighbors has been marked by cooperation and mutual respect. But now, an unexpected tension has surfaced, casting a shadow over their once warm relations. The Arctic Circle, a region of strategic importance and untapped resources, has become the center of this new geopolitical tension. Analysts are scrambling to understand the implications of this sudden shift as the world watches with bated breath. At the heart of this unprecedented rift lies a road, a crucial artery connecting the U.S. state of Alaska to the lower 48. This route, long a symbol of the close ties between Canada and the United States, now stands as a stark reminder of the fragility of international relations. For decades, this route through Canada has thrived with the lifeblood of commerce and connection. Trucks and cars have moved freely, carrying goods and people across the border, fostering economic growth and cultural exchange. It has been a testament to the enduring partnership between the two North American giants. The flags of Canada and the United States have flown side by side, symbolizing a relationship built on trust and cooperation. Handshakes between officials have sealed countless agreements, reinforcing the bond between these two nations. Now, the once busy highway stands silent, severed by a decree from Ottawa that has stunned Washington and sent shockwaves across the globe. The barriers at the border checkpoint are a stark visual representation of the new reality. The audacity of the move is breathtaking, a stark departure from the decades of amicable cooperation that have characterized the U.S.-Canada relationship. Political analysts are reacting with a mix of shock and disbelief as news headlines blare the latest developments. The implications of this move are far-reaching, touching upon issues of national security, economic stability, and the very nature of sovereignty in an increasingly interconnected world. Military vehicles now patrol the border area, a stark reminder of the heightened tensions. As accusations fly and tensions simmer, one question hangs heavy in the air. What could have driven Canada to take such a drastic step? Heated political debates rage on, with experts and officials offering their perspectives on the situation. The Canadian Prime Minister addresses the nation, explaining the rationale behind the decision, while the U.S. President reacts in a meeting, weighing the potential responses. The world watches closely as the future of relations between these two long-standing allies hangs in the balance. Historically, the U.S. and Canada have enjoyed a robust partnership, marked by joint military exercises, trade agreements, and a shared commitment to democratic values. This latest development is a stark contrast to the collaborative spirit that has defined their relationship. Citizens on both sides of the border are feeling the impact. Business owners who rely on cross-border trade are facing uncertainty, while travelers find their plans disrupted. Interviews with those affected reveal a deep sense of concern and confusion. Experts are now discussing potential resolutions, exploring diplomatic channels to de-escalate the situation. The hope is that cooler heads will prevail, and that the long-standing friendship between Canada and the United States can be restored. As the world watches and waits, the scenic views of the U.S.-Canada border serve as a reminder of the beauty and potential of this relationship. There is hope that, despite the current tensions, unity and cooperation will ultimately prevail. The story of this diplomatic rift is far from over. As new developments unfold, the world will be watching closely, hoping for a resolution that honors the long-standing bond between these two nations. To be continued. To fully appreciate Canada's decision, it's essential to understand Alaska's unique geographical situation. This vast, remote state, often regarded as America's last frontier, holds a special place in the nation's heart and history. Alaska is more than just another state. It's a land of extremes. With its towering mountain ranges, including the majestic Denali, the highest peak in North America, and its sprawling glaciers that carve through the landscape, Alaska's natural beauty is unmatched. America's largest state, characterized by its towering mountains and sprawling glaciers, is geographically separated from the contiguous United States by the vast expanse of Canada. This separation has always been a defining feature of Alaska, contributing to its sense of isolation and rugged charm. The geographical separation means that Alaska is not easily accessible by road from the rest of the United States. The vast Canadian wilderness lies between Alaska and the lower 48 states, creating a natural barrier that has both challenged and defined the state's development. This isolation, while adding to Alaska's rugged charm, has always presented a logistical challenge for the U.S. The state's remote location means that transporting goods, services, and people to and from Alaska requires careful planning and significant resources. The solution, for generations, has been the road, a ribbon of asphalt and concrete that winds its way north through Canada, linking the Alaskan communities to the rest of the United States. This road, known as the Alaska Highway, is a vital lifeline for the state. The Alaska Highway is more than just a road. It is a crucial artery that connects Alaska to the rest of the country. It allows for the movement of essential goods, services, and people, ensuring that Alaskan communities remain connected and supported. Linking the Alaskan communities to the rest of the United States, the highway serves as critical infrastructure that supports the state's economy and way of life. Without it, Alaska would be even more isolated and dependent on air and sea transport. This vital artery is more than just a road. It's a lifeline, carrying essential goods, services, and people to and from a state heavily reliant on its seamless connection to the south. The highway ensures that Alaskans have access to the resources they need to thrive. It's a lifeline, carrying essential goods, services, and people to and from a state heavily reliant on its seamless connection to the south. The highway is a testament to the resilience and determination of those who built it and those who rely on it every day. The Alaska Highway, as it's known, is a testament to the enduring bond between the two countries, forged in the fires of World War II when the threat of Japanese invasion loomed large. The construction of the highway was a monumental effort that required cooperation and collaboration on an unprecedented scale. Forged in the fires of World War II, when the threat of Japanese invasion loomed large, the highway stands as a symbol of cooperation and shared strategic interests. It was built in response to a dire need for a reliable land route to Alaska, ensuring that the state could be defended and supplied during the war. It stands as a symbol of cooperation and shared strategic interests, a physical manifestation of the close ties that bind the two nations. The construction of the highway was a joint effort that brought together the resources and expertise of both Canada and the United States. A physical manifestation of the close ties that bind the two nations, the Alaska Highway is a reminder of the strength and resilience of the U.S.-Canada relationship. It has played a crucial role in maintaining the connection between Alaska and the rest of the country. Now, that very symbol has become a point of contention, a stark reminder that even the strongest of alliances can be tested in the face of shifting geopolitical winds. Recent developments have brought new challenges to the U.S.-Canada relationship, highlighting the importance of maintaining and strengthening these vital connections. A stark reminder that even the strongest of alliances can be tested in the face of shifting geopolitical winds. As the world changes, so too do the dynamics between nations, and the Alaska Highway remains a critical link that must be preserved and protected for future generations. The swift and decisive Canadian blockade caught many off guard. It was an unforeseen move that left both sides of the border in a state of shock and confusion. Without any prior notice, the usual flow of traffic across the border came to an abrupt stop. The once busy lanes, filled with the hum of engines and the chatter of travelers, were now eerily silent. Trucks carrying essential supplies were turned back, forcing drivers to find alternate routes or return to their starting points. The supply chain, already under strain, faced new challenges as goods destined for Alaska were delayed indefinitely. Families divided by the sudden closure were left stranded, their plans disrupted, and their futures uncertain. Parents and children, separated by an invisible line, could do nothing but wait and hope for a resolution. The once bustling thoroughfare fell eerily silent. The usual hustle and bustle of border crossings, with its mix of tourists, truckers, and daily commuters, was replaced by an unsettling stillness. The impact was immediate and far-reaching, sending ripples of disruption throughout Alaska and beyond. Businesses reliant on cross-border trade faced significant losses, and communities that straddled the border found themselves cut off from essential services and supplies. Details remained scarce in the immediate aftermath, but reports filtered out of increased military presence along the border. Soldiers, with their stern expressions and imposing vehicles, became a common sight, adding to the tension and uncertainty. Checkpoints manned by stern-faced Canadian soldiers became the new norm. Their presence, while meant to ensure security, only heightened the sense of unease among those who lived and worked near the border. A palpable tension hung heavy in the air. Conversations were hushed, and every movement was watched with suspicion. The once friendly and open border had become a symbol of division and uncertainty. The official statement from Ottawa, when it came, was short on specifics but long on resolute determination. The Canadian government, citing security concerns, made it clear that the closure was necessary and would remain in place until further notice. Citing unspecified security concerns and breaches of agreed-upon protocols, the Canadian government announced the indefinite closure of the route. The announcement, while expected, left many questions unanswered and many more people anxious about the future. Effectively severing Alaska's land link to the rest of the United States, the closure created a logistical nightmare. The only way in and out of Alaska now was by air or sea, both of which were far more costly and time-consuming. The world watched, stunned, as the reality of the situation sank in. News outlets around the globe covered the story, and social media buzzed with speculation and concern. What began as a trickle of concern quickly morphed into a torrent of speculation and analysis. Experts weighed in on the potential reasons behind the closure, and ordinary citizens shared their fears and frustrations. What exactly had prompted Canada, a nation renowned for its diplomacy and measured approach, to take such an unprecedented step? Theories ranged from political maneuvering to genuine security threats, but no one had definitive answers. And what did this bold move portend for the future of U.S.-Canadian relations? The two countries, longtime allies and trading partners, now faced a new and uncertain chapter in their relationship. The world could only watch and wait, hoping for a resolution that would restore the once seamless connection between the two nations. Washington's response was immediate and intense. The White House, blindsided by Canada's bold move, erupted in a storm of criticism. President Trump, known for his directness, took to Twitter, launching a series of tweets that ranged from shock to outright threats. "Canada betrays us. After everything we've done for them, they block our route to Alaska? Unacceptable. This won't be tolerated," one tweet declared, followed by another demanding immediate action. The president's outrage, though typically dramatic, mirrored a genuine sense of betrayal and anger within the U.S. government. The State Department, rushing to respond, issued a strongly worded statement condemning the closure as unjustified and deeply troubling. Secretary of State Pompeo, in an urgent press conference, called on Canada to reverse their decision immediately, warning of serious repercussions if they did not. The message was clear: the U.S. was standing firm, and the stakes in this rapidly escalating diplomatic conflict were rising by the hour.